I mean, well, not shot, but maybe stabbed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of The Cradle of Ruin. Thank you for joining us on this. Hang on, let's move the microphone. There we go. Hello! That's better. I had the microphone a million miles away. But yeah, welcome in. It is Sunday, which means it's D&D day. After a brief break last week from it, I'm not going to waffle for too long. Let's see if we're shooting and stabbing anyone in here. No?
You tricky little bitch.
I was switching between screens and hit the wrong button. So I got like the briefest snippet from you earlier. How are we all?
Good to be back.
Not shot or stabbed at this moment, so...
Last week was a different story for Jump.
Oh. Was it? Why?
I wasn't shot or stabbed at that time either, but I was highly inebriated.
You were mentally shot.
Yeah.
But no, glad to be back. So if I remember rightly, we left on a bit of a cliffhanger that last episode, didn't we, Yorick?
Nope. Yeah, we did actually. After combat, but before the combat, hold on, ice cream ban.
Ice cream? What ice cream have you got?
I haven't. It was an ice cream van. Fucking, I could hear through the window.
You can treat yourself to one?
No, I am not.
A fudge sickle.
A fudge sickle.
That's what will come out of me if I have an ice cream.
We treat to ballistic missile.
Yeah. But yeah, we took in the hospitality of Lantern Deep and rested in their little resting area where visitors go. But while we were all resting up and just scoping it out, some odd things were noticed. Little weird gestures from people, little golem fucking gestures, my precious, and all that good shit with little trinkets. Some were simple, others may have been coins or little pieces of jewelry. And everybody but the lady of the hour, Sibba, had one. And everybody was acting weird. It was a lot quieter than usual, from what Yorick remembered from being there previously. And just everybody just got the feeling that something was just not right. I mean, and rightfully so, because, you know, crazy lady on the road the day before, you know, kind of put everybody's hackles up, and this oddness hasn't made people feel right in the slightest.
Yeah.
So
I think
after
one thing to add to that, there was a lot of people who was speaking about stepping out of the darkness of Lantern Deep into the light. There was a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's, you know, not relevant in the slightest.
Yeah. Fucking
Probably
creepy
not.
bitch.
That's probably just a coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, we were like, something's off. We might have to spring into action here. Grom had made some warding charms for the elders. However, only one of the elders was there to greet us. Durik Embervane, Sibba's father, was the only one that actually physically greeted us, as the other were indisposed, whatever that fucking meant. But his inability to communicate with the group led to some brash actions from Thea and Yorick as they tackled him and removed what they thought was the cause of the problem, his jewelry that he was gifted from this so-called found cache. Very suspect. And as soon as we removed it and Grom had put a warden charm on it, everything went to shit. With a wave of negativity, everybody fought off the effects of the withering, the insidious effect of the world as it dies, trying to overcome you. So yeah. However, Sibba sat by and she was like, yeah, things are shit, things are weird. Ever since that fucking lady came and they found this hoard, I didn't take anything because I thought it was weird. Why was nobody saying anything? And the group was like, well, take us to see this fucking hoard. What's the crack? What is it? We might be able to find something out. And we got there after a little bit of fucking crawling through dwarf-sized caves for 8-foot-tall orcs. It's not good. Eggle was fine though, you know, didn't bump his head once. Right up until the moment the mutated form of one of the elders showed up. We didn't know that's what it was at first. It only occurred to Yorick halfway through when he was like, I know that face. And it was distended and warped and a parody of what it once was. Horrific monster. Combat ensued. Sibba was straight up fucking murked by the creature.
There was just she wouldn't have been if it wasn't for, you know,
for what?
For someone running away.
Oh yeah.
It would have been Thea instead. So would you guys have rather Thea been dead and Sibba alive?
Well,
You don't really want the answer to that question.
we wouldn't have had to wait for silent vigil for peace at home. But that was a hypothetical. Never mind.
I see. where I left my sister.
But yeah, aided by the giant fucking moths that seem to be hardy as fuck, we triumphed over the creature, but not before Eggle was punted into, I believe, unconsciousness, right? Was he down? Down but not out. Down but not dead. And that's where we ended it, with the creature slain, and poor Eggle unconscious and Sibba dead.
Yeah. Absolutely. So before I pick things back up in the aftermath of fighting whatever the hell that was, what have we got? Boxy, Prepper, Yeti, Smith, Devious Hearts, Sneeze, Ravon, hello everyone, and Durs, hello Durs. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. But with that said, Yorick, let's go back into the ancient treasury, the underground room of carnage that we left last week. Splayed out on the ground is this four-legged, mutated monstrosity. That of the old, or one of the old elders of Lantern Deep. You would all start to see now that in this lifeless state, this thing is horrific. The face of the dwarf has been pulled tight against whatever bones were once there, the mouth split open and almost acting like mandibles. The ribs have broke out of the chest, and where the arms and legs of this dwarf used to be, they've now elongated into long, gangly, unpleasant looking, almost barbed, clawed legs. The back of this creature seems to be made of blackened carapace. Part of it looks almost like rock, like gemstone perhaps. Others just like blackened, charred skin. That's not the most important thing at this moment in time. The most important thing is Eggle. Eggle, what's happening over in your corner of the room?
Well, is flat out because he got bug blasted.
Poor little bugger.
I see what you did there.
Are you just lying there? What sort of state are you in? What do you look like? What's going on?
Well, Eggle is flat out on his back. And there's a trail of like some type of magic burn going from his hip to his shoulder across his body. And he's just laying there, not lifeless, but he is still unconscious from the concussive force of the beam that he is hit with. In the death throes of this lurker.
He did indeed spit out this horrific contamination ray, and you, Eggle, took the full brunt of it. In spite of this horrific occurrence, though, there is something, a spark perhaps, of either hope that just keeps you clinging onto life, Eggle. In a situation like this, what would it be?
In this particular... Well, it's... For Eggle, it would be... the fact that back at Hollow Rest, he has a purpose. Everybody there actually needs him as opposed to being a random goblin in the wasteland, which are, I would say, dime a dozen, but there aren't really that many of them left at this point. in the grand scheme of things, because there's not a lot of anything left. But it's the hope that through his research there, he can finally find a way to subvert and eradicate this very kind of corruption from beings before they get too far gone.
Okay. What are the rest of you up to as this form slumps to the ground? Its last few guttural grunts escape it.
I'm probably tearing my axe out of what's left of its fucking face.
Katrina has probably gone over to where our compatriot fell, who let us down here.
Mm-hmm. Sibba?
Sibba, I keep wanting to call her Brigga. I got issues.
It's alright.
So she's gonna go over here and kind of say to Grom, is there anything we could do for her?
Roll me a medicine check, Katrina. As you glance down, there is the two rather large holes. One in her left shoulder, the other one directly into her abdomen. For most, it would be a death blow, and indeed, looking down at Sibba, it certainly appears to be that way. You see blood starting to pool from behind her as she was knocked back by the force. Her chest is rising and falling slowly, but she is unconscious, either through shock or through pain. And even with medical treatment, unless you can think of some crazy way of pulling it off, she has but minutes to live.
So, Katrina's gonna say, does anybody have anything that heals fast? She's almost gone. How's Eggle? Oh my gosh. And she's she looks over and sees Eggle lying on the floor too now, fuck!
Why? What's wrong with... Oh, shit. Yorick will go over to Eggle, and then you'll just pick him up like he's a little baby and be like, Eggle! Wait! Eggle! You still alive?
Well, he's breathing, but he's not responsive yet.
He's breathing. Is that good?
Is there anything you want to try and do, Yorick?
Have I got anything in my inventory? Not really, no. I was just gonna pull up my water skin and try and give him little drinks. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I got you. Just have a little sip, just a little sippy sip.
Eggle, roll me a Constitution saving throw for drowning. No, I'm joking.
I just drowned in your arms tonight.
I'm going to leave it up to you, Eggle. If this is sufficient, it's entirely on you, my dude.
A few moments pass, and there's a moment of... He doesn't drown, but there's a...
Nailed it.
What? And his eyes start rolling over towards the smoldering corpse of the bug creature. Don't let the moths eat me.
Okay, buddy, I'll protect you. He's just gonna carry Eggle like he's a baby.
whilst this is going on, Grom, what are you doing up? Oh, you've moved. Come down to you there. You've obviously come down the stairs. Grom, what's happening?
I've sauntered down the stairs. Looked at this dwarf. Eggle's not in any fit state to repair her. So we're going to try something stupid.
Oh no.
I don't want to cast mending on her wounds to stop her blood loss.
All right. Roll me a... so you're trying to use this in a way that it's not really meant to work.
Absolutely.
So that to me sounds like forbidden law. In fact, yeah, roll me a forbidden law check along with just a spellcraft check, if you don't mind, please, Grom.
Okay, like.
Would
What could
it
possibly
make
go wrong?
Oh, hang on before
would
you
it
roll.
make a
Go on.
Would it make a difference if Katrina is like trying to like put like cloth on her wounds and like kind of like pull her clothes back together over the wounds and things like that?
It would help in mending the wound. Yes.
That's what she's doing now.
All right. In that case, I will let you have advantage on the spellcraft roll. So your forbidden law is just a normal, which is a good one, yeah. And then you get advantage on your spellcraft roll. Fucking hell. That's crit, I see. Okay. Grom, you are well aware that the powers that be and the powers at your disposal are not meant for this kind of mending.
Mm-hmm.
You will be gaining a point of corruption because you have got to reach out far beyond the normal limits of your power to basically gather up power from the world or from the atmosphere around you. The problem being the atmosphere around you at the moment, Grom, is that of... This is a corrupted place. This is a place of taint, of darkness. So it is going to put a bit of a strain on you. But it is going to be successful. Now, due to the fact that there is bits of rag and cloth and other bits and pieces, this isn't just going to be a nice mending spell where her flesh just knits nicely and she's left with a little scar. This is going to be a horrific amalgamation where she's got pieces of armor, pieces of cloth that's got flesh growing in and through it. So with those things in mind, Grom, what does this look like?
Okay. I hold my staff over her corpse, for want of a better word, and the eyes in one of the skulls start glowing, and the body's bathed in a sickly green light. And you see the skin twisting and contorting as it sort of comes together. And it's not good. But it's enough.
It's enough to stabilize the wound, absolutely. It closes up. It looks awful. You yourself, Grom, feel weak. That prickly sensation, something just caressing your back, washes over you, and for a brief moment, you feel either a sense of dread or hopelessness just wash over you. Now, granted, you are familiar with the Withering and how a frame of mind is paramount at keeping it at bay. So what's the one positive thing? What's the one hopeful thought that you conjure up that staves off its corrupting touch?
Mm-hmm. If we can make her survive, we can take her back to Hollow Rest, and we'll be one person stronger.
Katrina, what's your response to seeing this forbidden use of spellcasting on Sibba? And what's the one thing that's it's as unpleasant as it is, and this whole situation is, what's the one thing that brings your spirits up?
Maybe that there's a chance for her and Varn to be reunited in a positive way. He's a really good crafter. Maybe he could make some good shit out of it. I don't know.
Considering Sibba, was the one who kicked him out.
I don't know if she knew that.
What's happening down here in the corner, though, as all this is going on, Thea?
Well, Thea is gonna come up because she's gonna say, well, I was gonna offer up this random vial that I took off of a farmer because I thought, well, what's the point? She's gonna die anyways, might as well use it. But it looks like you guys have it handled over here. And then she's gonna look over and she's gonna see, Eggle moving, and she's like, okay, all is well. And so she's going to kind of go over to the corpse here, and she's gonna stomp out some of the fire, and she's gonna start removing some of the ribs, and she's just gonna be kind of muttering, it's like, well, I don't know if we're gonna run into any more of these damn things. I need to make sure we're stocked up, and I think I can just kind of defend myself with some of these.
As soon as you start cutting into this creature that is a fully corrupted, withered being, you feel a sense of dread immediately wash over you. You take 1 point of contamination.
You knew I would do that.
No, I didn't. But...
Lessons learned.
Anybody else?
You should have known.
Anybody else have anything to say as you see Thea start carving away at this withered dwarf?
Well, Yorick is about, no, don't touch. Oh, never mind. Why would you touch it?
No one told me. This is my first time. You didn't give me some kind of explanation before we went out into doing all this crap. I'm a farmer.
But do you have... Never mind.
Do I have what?
She's going to say common sense. That's what she's going to say.
Yep.
I've never experienced this before, so I guess obviously not.
I mean, look at it.
It looks useful.
You have a weird definition of useful.
And that's why these people are in the situation they are in.
No one gave me anything, and I know not to take anything. They just were excited to finally be given something. No one ever gives me anything. Don't give me anything. While we're here. When we get back, you can give me something as an appreciation of everything that I do.
What's the one thing keeping you going at a time like this, Thea? One positive spin on it all, perhaps, or something that you cling on to?
You're not going to take it away from me, are you? Oh, God. Well, it would be... she finds peace when she's at the farm in the silence of just managing, the crop and all of that, because she doesn't have to listen to the noise or anything like that. So she's looking forward to getting back
Cool. So, first things first. Those who have been subjected to a point of corruption to the Withering, so that would be Grom and Thea. Grom, this is your role. Thea, that's your role. Have a think about it. This is what the Withering takes from you as you are overcome with the tainting, the corrupting influence. So for you, Thea, it's a place of safety. You forget the one place where you once felt safe. A room, a campfire, a tree, a touch. You can't recall what it looks like or where it was. To me, your place of safety sounds like the farm.
You can't take that from me!
I haven't taken it from you. Your own actions and the effects of the Withering has taken that from you. Maybe your favourite spot in the gardens, in the farms. Maybe just a piece of shade under one of the fungal blooms. Where's your favourite spot, Thea?
It would be in the very, very back corner where no one's at.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she's gonna forget that back corner. Where she would go to hide. Now she's gonna be even more pissy because she doesn't get the chance to go and hide and escape from it all.
No more slacking for Thea, huh?
Yeah. As for you, Grom, you forget something that once terrified you. Did you have any idea on what that may be?
Those horrible worm things that live under the ground near Hollow Rest.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So you seem to forget the memory of the... fucking forgot the name of it. Where is it? Yeah.
DM too powerful.
Pretty much. It's not the waste prowler, those were the other things. It was the... I'll find it later. But yeah, we know what you mean. The tentacled, moored, snake-like worms that patrol the wastelands around Hollow Rest. Yeah, normally you're certainly concerned about them, but the memory of those just seems to vanish. Luckily, though, in spite of that for everyone, perhaps even Eggle now coming too, there is still hope in all the mists of this darkness and corruption. And it's just that little spark of hope that you've just overcame a horrific ordeal that you feel somewhat stronger in yourselves, perhaps. More assured in your direction. Congratulations on level 4, officially.
Huzzah! Level up!
Yay!
I dare say with a Sibba who has been stabilised, Eggle who's wounded but also now coming to. What are you all up to? What's the plan? Do you investigate in here more now that you've got a moment to breathe, or do you depart?
I'd say the first thing we do is get the injured people back towards the entranceway.
One last thing for you, Grom. Just as a as an above table well, not even above table actually. This will be something that Grom you notice that the gangliness of the legs of this mutated dwarf, along with the black carapace-like growths on it, remind you of something you've you've seen. So just as a reminder because it's been 2 weeks, there are certain elements to this mutated dwarf that mirror something else that you've seen recently.
Oh, I remember.
Including the shard of glass that was slammed into its head by Yorick. In fact, no, it was by you, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Grom, that fucking eldritch blasted in the back of its forehead.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yorick's gonna move. Actually, no. Fucking Yorick's gonna take his blanket out and then make a papoose for Eggle. So he's gonna carry Eggle like a child in a papoose round his front.
Okay.
So fuck it, Eggle's coming where I go.
Well, when York starts doing this, it'll be all right. I can walk. Just
No, I got this.
Yeah,
Stop fighting. You weak. It's all right. I got this. Why are you wriggling? Stop it. There we go. just you know when you wrap up a baby really tightly and they go quiet. I've done
Just
that.
swaddled the goblin.
Yeah, I've just swaddled the goblin. Yeah. And I'm just gonna look down the hall for any of those fucking signs of any of these creatures.
The only things that you see as you peer down into the hole, Yorick, and Eggle would see it as well since he's now strapped to you. It's fully blocked off. The only things down there are more coins, gems, piece of jewellery, ancient pottery. That it seems this dwarf has been either sleeping in or rolling around in, burying its head into this. It's carnage and chaos down there. Everything's broken, but it doesn't seem to be any way to progress deeper underground.
Okay. And it's a bit like, there's nothing else but treasure down there. I think we should head back and check on all the other elders and the people of the fucking town. What do you think?
Is there any fear that the others will turn into, like, how long has it been? We need to get out of here.
Yeah, we do.
What about the moths?
This is their home. Leave them to it.
She kind of puts a hand up of like respect and then just leaves.
Are you taking anything from the body of this thing? Are you taking the shard that was pummeled into it, or are you still taking some of these rib-like things there?
I mean, I've already. You're not. Are you gonna give me another point of corrupt? I mean, I'm already in it, right?
I'm asking you a question. Are you taking anything else? What did you do with said ribs? Are you taking them with you, or are you leaving them?
Well, I don't. She's gonna, after she felt like that, she's gonna leave them. She's gonna leave them there.
Okay.
Because of she doesn't want to bring that back to taint anything in the village or anything like that. So she's gonna leave them there.
Okay. Anything else from anybody?
No, I just like how you're like, here's a shovel jump. How deep do you want to dig?
I don't know what you mean.
I could sense it. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's trying to set me up for something. I just...
You almost took the bait as well.
I almost did. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I gotta think through this. What could he do in the future? Where is he going? Evil mastermind.
Journey of Thea to Crab.
See, I don't know why you think I'm trying to say. I'm just asking legitimate questions based on the actions you've done. If there are consequences for said actions down the line, then that's not on me. It's not me being an evil mastermind. I'm just the will of the world, Thea.
I question everything now.
Katrina,
She's
anything?
scared.
Anything you wish to do?
So Katrina is gonna during the whole conversation, like, let's move the injured people to safety before we do anything else. She's gonna pick up Siva
Okay.
very gently and move her over to the door or the entrance area.
Okay.
And then turn around and look at Yorick and the rest of them, being like, okay, is there anything else we need to do down here? Like, is there any hope of saving this place? Or are they screwed?
Gron, you think you can blast these supporting pillars and bring this whole fucking structure down on itself?
I can try.
Wait, what is that gonna do?
You see these columns, and he points like these pillars lining the room.
Mm-hmm.
They're holding the ceiling up.
Of this room.
Yeah. There's a mountain above us.
Well, I know that, but like, are you saying we should like collapse the roof of the entire thing and like kill everybody in?
No, just this room. Just this room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna kill the moths.
Or maybe the moths will come. And he's going to spit. No, they're smart. Look, come. Come.
Roll me an animal handling check.
I'm a fucking animal whisperer.
There's a brief moment where you all just look up at these two giant lantern moths. Or should I say by their actual names, these are corpse-like moths. And there's a moment where nothing happens before all of a sudden one of them drops down, beats its wings, and begins to flap over in your direction, followed shortly afterward by the second that perches on the railing to the stairwell looking down at you. Keep in mind, these things are fucking huge. Easily the body size of Yorick.
I mean, they're massive and a little bit creepy because moths. Have you ever seen a moth?
Yeah, they really are. The long sort of proboscis thing and that curl slightly, big eyes, furry. Yeah, they're
But these guys haven't attacked us. They actually tried to help us. And they seem to be reacting to what Yorick says. So he's like, yeah, follow the leader, it is. And so Yorick's just with Eggle and two moths. He's going to lead these moths out of this cave. So Grom can blast the supporting columns and just bring this place on it in and itself.
What do you think's going to happen if we collapse this place? Besides the obvious of it just being inaccessible, falling in on itself.
Hopefully just that.
Well, we came down here to try to find some way to stop what's happening above. If this is where it is, if we seal this up, there will be no chance of trying to do that.
You want to go further?
As much as it sounds like it's dangerous down here, if we proceed with caution and just stay away from any giant holes and creatures, I think we should look a little bit more. Just don't paw any of these coins looking over at Thea or when he says that.
Just as a quick reminder for this, from the last time we were here in this chamber, there was only one way into it that the dwarves had initially mined. Once they'd opened this room, the other entrances they'd lit with lanterns started digging, but stopped. So there isn't any other ways out of this room. There's a few a few old doors that lead into 3 or 4 feet worth of dirt where the dwarves started clearing it. But it seems that any work to expand outwards stopped as soon as
they found the shinies.
The shinies were, yeah. So there is only, sadly, just one way in and out of this room, which is the way you came in. Everywhere else has not been excavated yet. Not to say that, you can't come back at a later date with people to do so, if that's the plan, but just a reminder for this moment in time, there is only one way in and out of this chamber at the moment.
At least we could just have a look around and make sure there's no hint of what we could do.
Okay, little buddy.
Just feels wrong to come down here for a reason, nearly die, and then do nothing but run away with your tail between your legs,
Eggle, roll me an insight check quick. One thing that would probably come to mind that was certainly out of the ordinary for this whole thing was a glass shard stuck in the head of this thing. That's the one thing that, out of all of the other bits and pieces, would no doubt stand out as a little unusual.
He'll investigate. He's not going to touch it, but he's going to look at this thing.
Just wriggles out of the papoose. What does this look like, Yorick? As he gets out.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm just picturing Ace Ventura: Call of the Wild.
Yeah. The rhino.
And he's going to look at the glass and see if it looks like it matches anything that's around here.
Well, the glass shard was pushed into the head of this beast. There is, next to the big gash where Yorick's axe carved into it, there is a smaller incision where Grom blasted it deeper into the head of the dead elder. So it will require either carving the head open or some hands-on work to pull it out.
Okay. Well, Eggle's got tools, you see. And in particular, he's going to, from his bag, he's going to take out some of the forceps he uses, which are basically big, like, slender blacksmith tongs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try to see if he can't reach in and get the glass shard without, like, coming into contact with the burning hulk of this thing, and just try to find a grip and try to see if he can pull the shard out.
It's going to be, I'm going to say, like a DC 15 medicine check to not touch anything. You'll be able to extract it, but yeah, DC 15 to do it safely, I think is the best way of putting it.
Help him by using my mage hand to pull the hole a little bit further open so he's got more room to maneuver.
I'll drop it to DC 13.
My teacher used to have challenges for me like this. He called it Operation.
If his nose lights up, run.
It's a really shit roll.
Oh, it is. It's an awful, awful roll. In spite of the hand pulling part of the bone and flesh to the side. You reach in with the forceps. You're just an inch or two shy of being able to grip this glass shard, which requires you to have to press your body against the head of this dead, mutated elder, reach deeper in and grasp it. That is direct contact with a corrupted creature, so you immediately take a point of contamination, and we roll on the old table. And that's your... that's what the withering takes from you. You feel draining sensation. Like something just plucking the back of your mind. Do you have anything in particular you can think of for that? Or do you want a bit of time? Since I think this is the first time you've been exposed to it.
It is the first time he suffered, in fact, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a think on it.
Okay, so just for everyone who's watching, Eggle loses a connection. He forgets the details of a specific connection he has with another character, such as a shared moment of bonding. With this draining feeling washing over you, a slight sensation of hopelessness, eventually you just feel the pressure against the forceps, the clink of glass as you latch onto it, and probably say Yorick assists in pulling you back with this glass shard on the end of the forceps that's been extracted. Part of it's shattered and broken, the point of impact from the blast from Grom earlier, but you now stand with what appears to be a roughly 3 to 4 inch long shard of glass, but it's glowing ever so slightly with a orangey yellow golden light. There's a few inscriptions on the glass that you can make out through the blood and viscera, at least.
He'll kind of turn it over and look at the thing. Hey, Grom. Someone wrote on it. And he'll kind of scurry over, just so Grom can get a better look at it. He's not going to bring it right up to him or anything like that.
I will say, you would feel, Eggle, that this shard, even though it's glowing in this golden light, it feels unpleasant. It feels like it's been touched by the withering. In fact, if anything, it feels as if this is a source of withering.
All right. So he's just going to try to make out the inscriptions, and he already knows what they're going to have to do after the fact. But
yeah, roll me a forbidden law check then, if you're trying to make out.
Indeed.
As you're waddling along or hobbling towards Grom, studying this shard,
Well,
you're not entirely certain.
lots of shit rolls.
It's old. It's ancient text. That much you're aware of, but as for its reasoning or what it says, sadly, you're not aware. Hello, Jonathan. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. Grom, you step up. You see Eggle approaching you with this luminous shard of glass in forceps. Eggle, Grom, what's happening here?
I'm going to look at it, try and decipher it, and then look for a bit of guidance, really, and roll the bone.
All right. Anybody else getting in on looking over this shard?
No, this is icky fucking dark magic I don't touch that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, hell no. After Thea,
mhm.
she's staying away.
Katrina, are you looking over the shoulders on this, or are you staying away?
Yeah, though she's more kind of like peering over an elbow
Okay.
instead of looking over a shoulder due to the height difference. Just to...
So, in that case, then, let me do this. Eggle, Grom, Katrina, roll me an insight check. This is between all three of you. Eggle, oh no. It's going to be one of those sessions. But luckily, this is a group check. This is for everyone. Can you click the button in the on the thing, Grom?
Actually rolled an inside check and got a good number. Bollocks.
I will take that one though. But it doesn't matter. It's still a success. It's still a success. It's all good. As you three are looking over this shard, you'd all come to one conclusion. You've seen some markings like this before. And those markings were on a certain individual you met out in the wasteland a day or two ago. Grom, roll me a forbidden lore check. You're aware that it's ancient text, an old forgotten spellcasting language. You've seen it once or twice, perhaps in the odd book, and with a 9, with the insight check, I'm going to say that you would be able to put 2 and 2 together and come to the conclusion that the Temple of the Sun that was mentioned has something to do with this shard, the writing, and of course, Eggle and Katrina, you would come to the same conclusion that everything seems to be stemming back to Javera, the weird, scarred woman you saw out in the wasteland. Any hypotheses on how it got in there, or anyone wish to make any rolls or leaps of logic based on those facts?
As Katrina's looking at it, does it look like it could have been contained in like a trinket or a piece of jewelry that might have been in this hoard and on this person?
No, not at all.
Maybe a crown.
It looks more like a piece of glass from a window. But it's not just any white, clear glass. It seems to be almost like a stained glass. A mosaic piece, almost. You see 3 or 4 different colours. As you look closer, from behind this golden glow, it does appear to be a broken shard of stained glass. So definitely not the hard angles and stone carving, the metalworking that dwarves are used to. This is something much more delicate, old, ancient.
Something that could have been secreted in the hoard when it was found by a expert cave diver. Something that's contaminated the rest of the stuff in there.
Yeah.
Eggle's gonna take the shard and he's gonna go put it like inside this opening, like on the
Yep.
wall, somewhere. Just gonna put it up there. And he's gonna come back. And well, that's got to go. And he's gonna launch his poison dart at it.
Yep, roll me a poison dart attack. The glass will shatter. What does it look like, Eggle?
Just the sliver of poison, which is not normal poison, flies there. It hits the shard in place, and it just goes from being a shard into lots of little itty bitty shards, and just bursts out and falls on the floor in there.
That's not the. Oh, Thea's gone AFK to the loo. It all hangs on Thea. Do you want to take a brief moment to call a BRB then, while we wait for Thea?
Might as well.
Go on then.
May as well, yeah.
Oh, hang on, roll the dice and we'll see what happens.
Oh, shite.
Oh, fucked it.
All right. Something happens, but all you would see is this dart is launched out by Eggle. It hits this shard of glass. The glass splinters, cracks, shatters in. It doesn't break. It literally explodes into fine glass powder in the air. You think you hear something echo down the corridor behind you a few moments later, but you're not entirely certain. Sound does carry in the mines and in these chambers. But with that, we will be right back. So yes, we shall have a refill. Relieve our bladders for those who need to, and we're back in a moment. Yeti, I have refunded that just because the people here, probably in their current state of mind, wouldn't realise the chair situation. Alright, won't be a second, folks. Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I had to peel myself off the chair. It's still unpleasantly warm here and sticky.
Like separating deli meat.
Ew.
Yeah,
but
it was supposed to be gross.
it's not far off.
Yeah, ew, accurate.
It's a little bit visceral,
Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Thea.
I'm here.
Hello. Katrina. Whilst we wait for Katrina, anything else left for anyone in the room? Or is it
Yes.
time to get out? Oh, go on.
The moment. So Eggle was expecting the glass to break. It bursts. He throws his hands up. It can be. We can bring it down now, and just starts running.
Start blasting the pillars.
All right. Yeah. Katrina grabs Sibba. The rest of you step out of the chamber, and from the stone doorway, Grom, you start blasting. Doesn't take too long or too much effort. 2 or 3 blasts per pillar is more than enough to dislodge some of the stonework. First pillar falls, second, third, fourth. 3 remain at this point. And you would all definitely hear the crumbling of stone above. That frustrating creaking noise as the weight above begins to push down hard on the ceiling. Grom, you drop another pillar. And another, until only 1 remains. At the far end of the room now, you would see and hear stones starting to fall, brickwork crumbling. And with the last pillar now being blown out by your Eldritch Blast, there's a brief pause. You don't hear any noises apart from dust falling. And that's probably the time to run.
And we get out of there.
You all begin to make your way out of the room, or away from the entrance to the room at least. Who's leading the party?
I'd be further at the back, ushering my new moth buddies.
Okay.
I guess Thea would be, because Katrina would be pulling Sibba,
Okay.
and with Eggle not quite healed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you roll me a survival check, please, Thea? Because if you remember, there was quite a few twists and turns through small caverns and openings and corridors to... Oh no. What starts off as a low rumble begins to roar out as stone begins to fall in the chamber. A cloud of dust is kicked up, and for a moment you all feel the ground shake. These small tunnels that you're navigating through were dug quickly by the dwarves. They didn't have the time or the inclination at the inception to reinforce them with beams. Which means the passageway behind you starts to collapse. You don't see it, as you're quite a distance away by this point, but you certainly hear this rumble, this constant growl of earth falling behind you all. And at this point, you would all know that it's probably not good news. After a few twists and turns, Thea, you think you've taken the wrong way. What do you do?
So she thinks she doesn't know for sure that
Oh,
she's
no.
taken the wrong way?
You are well aware that you've not seen this part of the chambers. You've taken a left turn when you should have taken a right a few chambers back.
Is there, does she see anything in front of her that would kind of lead her back into the right way?
Roll me a perception check. As you glance around, you would all realise that the two larger moths are nowhere to be seen. And they somehow slipped away, perhaps through cracks and crevices on your journey through. But what you would notice, Thea, is in this chamber ahead, there is a subtle glow of some of the smaller moths of Lantern Deep. As for going beyond, this is the first time you've been in these, in Lantern Deep. The caverns, the mines, the caves below could lead anywhere. There is literally no way you would be able to navigate through tunnels that you've never been before. Anyone else wishes to throw in ideas? Do you, or should I say, Thea, do you let on that the group may have taken a wrong turn, or do you plow through?
She's gonna let the group know. Like as she's kind of still like slowly going, like looking around, she's like, we haven't been here before. I think I took a left. We should have taken a right.
How far back?
Would she know?
Yes, yeah. It'd be
Okay.
maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes back in the direction you came.
2 or 3, 4 minutes. Maybe we head back. I don't know. We could keep going. I see some moths up here. They're not. Maybe they can help protect.
Rom finally catches up. Using his staff as an actual walking aid because he's a bit footsore. They say the moths lead lost miners to safety.
All right, let's follow the moths then.
Follow the fucking moths in.
Yeah.
You enter the chamber, look up, and the moths are just there on the ceiling.
Are two big buddies there, or is this
No,
just a room full of moths?
they crawled into various cracks and crevices in the ceiling way back, the two large ones.
Thea's gonna. Yorick,
What?
you talk to moths, obviously. Why don't you tell them to lead us to safety?
Fuck it.
The rumble behind begins to grow louder.
Hurry.
I know. And he's going to go, can you lead us out? Can you help?
Anybody else doing anything to assist in this, or are we just relying on another animal handling check from Yorick?
Thea would be trying to like do some kind of interpretation of what Yurik is saying, like, you know, what would make sense to her. Yeah.
Roll me a performance check. Go on, Katrina.
While they're doing that, Katrina is like listening to based on the echoes of the noise they're making, and then she'll like hum softly and try and listen for which direction might indicate a larger space or space opening out into larger chambers.
Roll me perception. And then last but not least, depending on this roll, I will then add some modifiers to Yorick's animal handling. Ooh, okay. With Thea making weird hand gestures, pointing behind her at the source of this noise as the caverns behind are slowly starting to crumble. Katrina, you try and listen past the rumbling and get the impression that forging ahead wouldn't probably be the safer option. The sound that's reverberating just seems to be coming directly from the passage behind you. Giving you the impression that if you went back anywhere, even to try and take the turning again, you may be caught up in the cave-in. Yorick, with Katrina listening out, no doubt giving you a nod forward, Thea gesturing to these moths, that gets their attention. Rather than them crawling into the cracks in the ceiling and disappearing, they are now both... in fact, I would say there's more than that. There's easily 3 or 4 of these smaller moths. All of them just seem to tilt their head downwards to look at you. Roll me an animal handling. Don't roll stupidly low. 15 will be
15.
fine. Yep. There's a brief moment where you would all just see the moths turn, look at Yorick, look at Thea, and then their furry antennae would extend outwards. You'd see a few just waggling the stale air of the caverns. It's at that moment. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
No!
Behind you are overcome with this cloud of debris as part of the chamber behind you just crumbles, rocks tumble in, dust, small stones are kicked out, with Yorick, Katrina being probably closer to the to where this is occurring. You two are hit by some of the falling debris for 4 points of bludgeoning damage. A large rock hits the ground, skits across the floor before bouncing up and slamming into your back, Yorick. Katrina, you have several large pebbles that, again, hit the ground, bounce up. One hits you in the back of the head, another one in the shoulder, the last one in the back of the leg. Seeing this and hearing this, the moths immediately, 3 of them, crawl upwards into the crack in the ceiling. The last one closes its wings to its body and just darts downwards in your direction. And just as it's roughly 6-7 feet away from you, it spreads its wings, flaps once or twice in front of your face, does an about turn, and begins to shoot down the corridor at the far end of this cavern. What do you do?
Follow the moth.
Follow it.
pretty quick. Sure, why not? Let's punish you all a bit more. Everyone roll me an endurance check, please. It's going to be a DC 8 endurance.
I have endured.
Oh, Grom. So, Grom, this
I'm an
is...
old man.
Exactly, yeah. There's no mechanical debuffs to you, but as this is going on, Katrina, you're perfect. You're up front. Eggle, in spite of your injuries, you're managing to keep up. Yorick, you too. Thea, it's a little difficult for you. Maybe if the odd rock drops. But Grom, you're struggling the most. You will all follow this moth for roughly 20 to 30 minutes, heading deeper and deeper into blackened caverns and caves. Here there is no light at all apart from just this singular moth that's guiding your way. With that said, and those rolls, I want everyone to give me, just something that occurs during this little foray through the dark mines. We'll go in dice order. So Yorick, you succeed. You have no problems. Is there anything you do to help someone else in this, considering it is pitch black apart from this singular moth that seems to be leading you into the dark confines of Lantern Deep?
Is Yorick in the front, is he?
It can be wherever you want at this point. This is just on what happens somewhere along this journey through the darkness.
We actually bump into a fuck ton load of moths, like a full room, like it's just walls covered in these shiny moths. Like all of a sudden, like they've got their wings like up, so the shiny parts on, like the phosphor parts on, opening. But as we run in, all their wings go flat, and it kind of fucking dazzles you, because all of a sudden the flashback's like, oh fucking hell, moths everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. You step into a colony of the corpse-like moths, and for a moment, it's beautiful. But you can't hear that rumble behind you anymore. Meaning that it seems it has led you away from immediate danger. But I would dare say it's quite unnerving stepping through this giant, brightly lit cavern of moths. Hundreds of them, potentially 1,000, all with these black beady eyes staring at you from beneath the shining wings. Eggle, what about you? Has anything else of interest happen on this foray? Perhaps after you've been flashbanged by the moth colony?
After the moth cavern, the path takes I'd say a gravelly kind of consistency on the ground, like lots of small stones. So just traveling through it, the ground is shifting ever so slightly, and it just makes it a lot more intensive to maneuver. And you know, we are able to get through, but it's just a tiresome slog.
Yeah. Occasional stone kicks out from under your feet, and maybe there's a few bruised and grazed knees and hands from an incline, but you manage to easily get through it. For the most part, someone's probably having a rough time, but we'll get to him last. Through all of this. Katrina, having made it through the Cavern of Moths, gravel incline, anything else of interest that would happen that you'd either help with or that occurs?
Well, Katrina is just focused on getting, Sibba?
Sibba, yeah.
Remembered it. Getting Sibba out safely from whatever is happening here, because yeah, she's very important to potentially saving this. So that's really what she's focused on. So she might have tripped here and there, but overall she got out.
Okay. Yeah, there are a few times where you stumble, but you easily catch. I would imagine you've got Sibba over your back or something, and just carrying her.
Yeah. She's like she's like holding her on her hip with her head on her shoulder.
Yeah.
Like a
baby.
Like a baby. And she's just kind of like carrying her, and like every once in a while Sybil will be like and she like pats her back. She's like, there, we're almost safe. Everything's fine.
All right.
Yep.
Thea, what about you? Yeah, you succeeded barely. So no ill effects. Anything of interest that happens from your end on this journey back through the darkness towards Lantern Deep? Anything that you help with, or?
Well, I would say since she kind of stumbled a little bit, and but she would have noticed Grom kind of trailing behind, and she kind of stays back and kind of swats some of the debris off of him, or like any kind of like rocks trying to roll in to kind of take his cane out. She would try to get in front of those.
Oh. Last but not least then, Grom, this has been a little bit of a journey for you.
Knacking myself out shooting Eldritch Blast at pillars and now having to run. Actual bullshit.
How have you found this whole ordeal, judging by what's been said previously?
Been a bloody nightmare. I've been lagging behind, so I'm struggling to see the moth, and then there was so much light I couldn't see the moth. And then I followed them up and I'm falling over everywhere. This is rubbish. So I just prestidigitate a little light on my hand. Make it the same colour as the moth light. Just so I could see where I'm putting my feet.
I'm going to add something extra to that now you've said that, Grom. As you were the last one to leave the moth cavern, for this entire journey, you've been harassed by 2 or 3 of these smaller corpse-like moths. They're only roughly half a foot to a foot in size, with wings extended, but with your lights being the same colour, they occasionally fly in, they'll try and land on your arm, they'll land on your head, they'll just flutter around you. So
I finally give up and then turn the light out.
Eventually, though, you do reach, after roughly half an hour, 45 minutes more, trekking through dark, wet, damp caverns to what appears to be a crossroad. And now you see signs of, I say civilization. It's more a case of you start to see signs of the Lantern Deep inhabitants. Iron lanterns that are lit, pieces of debris on the ground, such as discarded tools, their clothing. And now you would also start to hear mumbling from deeper ahead. The moth, at this point, having reached light, fire, stops in front of you for a minute, Yorick, flaps its wings, and then heads upwards to the roof of the cavern, where it finds a crack and squeezes itself in. And you would all watch as this crack, that's now illuminated by the moth, just start to grow dim as it crawls deeper and deeper away. this is a familiar part of Lantern Deep. You passed this on the way into the deeper part of the mines, and now you're all aware, familiar with this area. You know how to get out.
So we're just entering this area from like a different corridor. We're
Absolutely.
Like, oh, see, that wasn't so hard. Found the way out. Sort of. What should there be people here?
There were earlier.
And there is not now.
There is not now. Apart from this low mumbling, half chanting, half perhaps even crazed babble from further in the chambers.
Yorick hears it and he goes, oh, shit. Well, either they're fine and having a conversation, or they've all gone stark raving mad, and we're going to have to extinct all of the dwarves. Minus Sibba, of course.
Is there just not a way out that we can just kind of bypass all of that and then let them just figure that out and maybe close them in?
Should we not check on her father?
No.
Yes.
After I went to all of the efforts of curing him.
Sometimes you
Yes.
just gotta throw your hands up and leave.
Yes, Grum, we should go check on her father.
Sounds like a bad idea, but okay.
We left him in his chambers, right?
You did, yes. Yeah, you barred the
In a
door.
side chamber off the council room.
Mm-hmm. Is that the plan?
Yes. With a weapon drawn, though. Just in case. Any dwarves fucking pop out screaming crazy shit, they're gonna get pimp slapped out the way by the flat of the greatsword as well.
Stepping into the central corridor, you gather your bearings and realize that you're not too far from the council chambers. Maybe down one of these spiral ramps, corridors that leads into a slightly lower level, and that would get you to where the elders' chambers reside. What are you doing with Sibba? Are you taking her with you? Or are you stashing her somewhere? What's...
Yeah, I think Katrina's gonna keep her with them, but she's gonna switch to moving towards the back of the pack.
Okay.
Just so if anything goes on, she can kind of protect her.
Okay.
In the event of a fight, leave her with me.
Got it.
You set off.
I'm not.
You set off, keeping to some of the darkened corners. Eyes open, 360-degree looking around.
Dull as fuck.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Easily, and without making much noise at all, you begin to sneak through Lantern Deep. And you begin to notice a few uncomfortable truths. The dwarves have lost their minds. The ones that were crying earlier now seem to be stood around various sources of light. Any lantern that you see, there typically is 3, 4, 5 dwarves stood around the lantern. Where there are moths on the ceiling, you would see the dwarves just stood underneath them, staring up at the light. Using this, you quickly catch on to the idea that they're obsessed with light, not you. And you begin to make your way, at first quite sneakily, and then eventually reaching the point where you feel comfortable enough just to walk and stride past the dwarves. All of them seem to be muttering various phrases, nothing coherent, nothing that is unifying amongst them apart from their obsession with light. You would see that occasionally some of the dwarves would reach out to a lantern as if trying to grasp at the fire. Yes, they would try and grasp it, but you can't hold fire. Their skin would burn and blister, and they would start to get animated, annoyed even, angry that they couldn't grasp the fire. Those below the moths would reach up hands to try and grasp hold of the light of the corpse light moths, but again, with them being too high on the ceiling, the moths would just sit there looking down curiously at these dwarven hands that are just grasping towards it. And this is a scene that plays out time and time again as you make your way down onto the lower level of Lantern Deep. As for the dwarves themselves, their eyes have blackened. When you catch it in the light, it seems that black tears run from their eyes, and their skin, ashen in colour normally, has started to take on a little bit more of a blackened, charred, almost carapace-like in certain places. Bits of black shell seem to be growing, or black stone gem seems to be growing on their faces, or any exposed flesh. And you all quickly begin to realise that a haven falls incredibly quick when hope is gone. Literally hours. And this is a mass event. This is a full haven losing hope, and in hours it has practically fallen. Any thoughts, any questions, any observations whilst you're making your way through this? But the dwarves, again, just as a reminder, don't take any notice of you.
What is generally known about the withering? Like, are these dwarves gone for good? There's no bringing them back?
Yeah, they're gone.
How much time do we have?
Probably not long. We don't want to stay in the vicinity of, the cascading effect of the withering on the scale of an entire town.
We'll grab her father and be on our way.
Do we want to do something to put them out of their misery, or put some kind of warning?
If I had the ability to seal the mountain so they couldn't get out, I would.
I mean, they are attracted to light. We could set a flame and burn them all.
Stop
When
the
we're
forges.
leaving, of course.
They have a great forge up top, right? We can stoke the forge. Maybe they'll come to the light.
Do they have a massive crucible?
You would have seen various forges and crucibles in the lower levels close to where the council chambers were. That's where a lot of the smithing was being done when you came down this way. So yes. And then there is the crucible and the forge top side as well. But that's, again, no one really remembers that ever being used.
That's fine. Well, you can make a giant light down there. Get the forges bright. Get as much metal in the crucibles as possible. Then empty them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stoke up the fire. You guys go.
Gather.
Yeah, go get the. Yeah, gather the stuff and somebody go see to Siba's father.
Do you need help to make it faster, or
I will go with him. I can add pseudo dragon fire to the forge to make it burn hotter and quicker.
Thea, you go find Siba's father. You're strong. You can carry him, even if he's unconscious.
yeah, and somebody's got to make sure Katrina isn't trying to save everyone, and we're keeping on plan.
Katrina, while this is happening, she will set Siba to rest gently by the door, and then, in exactly what Thea just said, she's gonna start helping, but keeping an eye out for the children to see if there are any children who are not lost to the Withering.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Also, everybody, I have a giant chocolate chip cookie.
I am jealous.
Mm-hmm.
So with this plan in action, you're currently you've made your way down this spiral chamber that acts like a ramp to the lower level. It seems to open up into a longer corridor before reaching the forges and the council chambers. As you're discussing this plan, Katrina, you're the first one to notice before you put Siba down. As you round a corner, you see two of the Lantern Deep inhabitants not gathered around a fire. These two seem to be hunched down, twisting, contorting, almost in a seizure-like manner. Their arms jerk, flick out, and one of their heads just seems to snap almost at a 90-degree angle. And in the gloom of this shadowed corner, you would begin to make out that their arms and limbs have taken on a slightly longer, gangly manner, reminiscent to the dwarf you saw downstairs in the dark. You've not been noticed yet. But...
Those are the ones I just pinged?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. The other dwarves, though, as you can see by glancing around, are just infatuated with the light of some of the moths that are sat on the wall.
But these two look like they're turning into some weird other thing.
The ones who are not in the light certainly seem to be mutating at a much quicker pace. And you're the only person who's noticed it at this point as the group... Again, they're in the dark. Everything, all of the dwarves don't seem to be taking notice of you, but just with you glancing around, you're the first one to notice these two. What do you do?
She will serpent spring towards them using her whole arm to kind of like vault towards them. And I'll use a key point as
Okay.
well for Step of the Wind. So that will get me. All
Right
of that was
there.
unnecessary, but I wanted advantage.
Absolutely. You would all see.
She'll-
I'm just gonna, before you do anything further. The rest of the group, or at least Grom, maybe Eggle, Thea, would see Katrina just put Sibba down and then immediately just spring into action, shooting off to the side. Continue, Katrina.
And she's going to try and put these two down as quickly as she can.
All right, go for it. As you leap in closer, the spear outstretched, you immediately see getting closer as your eyes adjust. Again, you all have dark vision, perhaps one of the benefits of all of the races intermingling as they have done over the hundreds, thousands of years. You now start to see that these are truly affected by the withering. The claws, or their fingers, have started to elongate into blackened claws. Their convulsions and twitches involuntary. Blackened carapace, gem-like in nature, seems to be covering parts of their skin, and with that, yeah, you manage to easily push the spear in between some of the plates. And it's a solid hit. Normally, a spear being jabbed into the chest of...
Oh, real quick.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to roll another attack because
Yeah,
I'm supposed
yeah.
to roll with advantage.
Yep.
No crit, never mind.
Normally, this would be enough to bring anybody to their knees, but you feel almost like gravel on the tip of the spear as you push it into this dwarf. And immediately, the response is just... as it starts to twist, contort, its head spins, snaps in your direction. The rest of you seeing this, any other actions? You basically all get a round of surprise because... Katrina, is there, or before that, anything else you wish to do? Any other bonus actions? Any movement?
Yeah, so she's gonna go in with her. Oh no, I've already used a key point. No, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. The rest of you, you get a round of surprise. Anyone else doing anything?
So it's just these two south ones that have moved. Everything else, they're all playing
Yep.
with the moths and the like.
At the moment, until this garbled screech rings out, and then you would probably hear a few calls back, not from the dwarves who were in the light, but here you would hear a garbled scream, as well as from further ahead there.
Then I'll turn around and tell Thea, I'll be like, Thea, protect the rear, keep Sibba alive. I'll take the front. You got Grom, Eggle, defend from the middle. And I'm just going to move up and hold an action.
Okay.
Quick question.
Go for it.
Would any of these bones or anything on the ground, like, it wouldn't give off any feeling of like those gift type items, right? Would
No.
I be able to utilize those? Okay.
No, they don't give off any. And rather than yes, they're actually bones on this man, but just think of them more as just bits of bone-shaped debris, bits of old wood. They're not skeletons.
Okay, so she's gonna pick up some of that to help defend.
Okay. Eggle, Grom, anything you two wish to do?
Give me 1 second.
Seeing as how Katrina just like sprang on this dwarf, and it's still standing, Eggle's going to fire a bolt at it. Just turn and choo.
Yeah.
So, a tutorial popped up. That's fun.
Ooh. The bolt flies true, hits it, but you would hear what sounds to be almost like a bolt hitting a piece of obsidian. Like a clinking noise as you just see the bolt hit it, but just bounce off. And whilst not exactly sturdy, these mutations, if they're not hitting the right place, certainly provide protection.
Pretty sure that's all I got.
Would that door that we heard the sounds from, is that like a pretty sturdy door, or do you think that's going to be something that can be broken down pretty easily?
You look at the door, and it is like all of the other doors that you've seen here in Lantern Deep. It's basically just thin pieces of salvaged wood on a hinge. So, yes, it can very easily be broken through.
Okay, so there'd be no point in like trying to lodge it shut or anything like that, because they'll be able to get through it. So I'm just gonna hold an action with my.
Yep. So Yorick, Thea, you're gonna hold an attack in case anything gets close or steps out. Okay. Grom, what are you up to?
Right. I've no longer got a mouthful of hobnob.
It's not a euphemism.
No.
You feel for a brief moment, just as this blast hits it, you just caught the right part of the body as it seems to go past the armored slats of obsidian-like growth. For 14.
Ooh.
It's a good one.
Max damage.
It's a good roll.
Nice.
It's a good roll. Yeah, you just see part of the torso just blast outwards. Katrina, with you being close, you see that what's been blown apart is a mix of flesh, bone, but also inside of this dwarf now seems to be these black growing, almost like obsidian shards. Almost like the entire internal part of these dwarves is starting to change. And with that, if there's nothing further from anyone, roll me initiative.
Oh, it was nearly a 20! Fuck you, dice!
Why has that brought them as a group? I don't want them as a group. It's because I selected them all together in it. Son of a bitch.
Guys, I'm feeling like maybe rushing in wasn't the smartest option.
Grom, you're up first.
Righty, right. Well, as I've got nothing really to damage this apart from another Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Just shy. Just as the bolt flies out, it strikes one of these obsidian plates and just seems to dissipate.
shit. Right, what I'm going to do is take a step or two forwards,
Yeah.
and that's my turn.
All right. The withered lantern folk at the back will step forward, and Thea, you begin to see the door buckle as something slams into it, and then all of a sudden this hand bursts out of the wood and just starts to claw away, ripping planks out. As the door bursts open and you catch a glimpse inside, as in this darkened room where no lights can be found, you see at the moment two forms making their way towards you. Katrina, you're up.
Would that trigger that action so she can see that?
Absolutely. If you have a held action, you wish to do something.
Yeah, so she's just gonna send that first thing that she sees that comes through the door.
Yeah.
Send that splinter of wood
Just
right at its forehead.
Awesome.
And then since it's thrown, she's gonna do the +2. Does she get advantage with that because of it was held with like the round of surprise, or is it normal?
No, it's just a normal.
Okay.
Because that's not surprised. Because it knows. Hence it ripping the door open. If anything, you would be more surprised, which is probably why just as this hand breaks through and wood starts splintering, you throw the wood and it just clatters against the side of the door frame. As at this point the door's then ripped off its hinges, bits of wood skitter out into the open area. Katrina.
Well, Katrina's like, sorry guys, I thought it was just you, my bad. I'll confer with the group next time. She's gonna go in for another smash.
Mm-hmm. This is where Thea's like, should have listened to me.
And poke,
Or
and
always trying to
a
save
miss.
someone.
10's not enough.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
I don't think I have any points left, so yep.
Okay. At the far end of the room, you would hear the sound of wood breaking again. All right, Thea, you're up.
All right, she's gonna try again now that she's got her nerves in check to aim at that thing that she can see to throw another splitter. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So she's now gonna be like, okay, because she can see two of them. So she's gonna try to drag Sibba a little ways further.
Mm-hmm. Where are you dragging it to?
Probably, yeah, to the side of Grom.
Okay.
And then she's gonna post up right behind her.
All right. Yorick.
I see Katrina's in an issue, so I'm just gonna fucking actually, first of all, bonus action, rage.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to yeet my great axe at this
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Go for it. Spinning through the air, the great axe flies true. Granted, you'll not be able to use it as you've now tossed it, but full damage because it goes through the air. That's pretty good.
+2 for
Or-
raging.
+2, yeah, +2 for raging and plus. So +6.
Okay. So that's from the damage. That's from that, and then another 2, was it?
Mm-hmm.
It has.
The bee's dick.
You see the axe fly through the air, and it just shears off. I would say like from the shoulder blade through, carving it cleanly in half. This would drop any sentient creature that have their full faculties about them. But as half of its body is just separated from it, I'm going to say it loses its ability to attack, at least, with that, as it's fucked. But the blood that splats out is blackened. Bits of obsidian are also sent out. Close, but not enough to bring it down. It just stands there for a moment, sways, twitches, looks at this, its missing arm and half of its torso, and then back, sort of stumbles and looks back towards you, Yorick. Anything else? Any movement?
Yeah, I'm going to move up and draw my great sword.
Everyone roll me a... In fact, rather than do it that way, I'll do it this way because it's been much easier. Dum. Yeah. Yeah. DC 10. Yeah, we'll use average. All right. We'll do it this way.
Oh my god.
Oh, Katrina, if you hadn't have critted that, that would have been a fail.
God damn.
Glancing round.
3 7s.
Yeah. That if it wasn't, because that was a DC 10 average, so if it wasn't for you getting that, that would have been a fail. Anyway. Quickly noticing the damage that the axe has done, you kind of put together that it wasn't the fact that it was the slashing damage that caused the bulk of the hurt to this thing. It was just the bludgeoning concussive force that seems to stagger it, giving you the impression that with the amount of obsidian in these things, maybe slashing and piercing is not the ideal way to put them down. That clear enough?
Force attacks it is then.
So... Anything further from anyone?
No, that I end my turn. I'm good.
Okay. So that would be this group, who is the ones right next to Katrina. So this first one is going to start stumbling in Yorick's direction.
It's bringing your axe back to you.
No, the axe is on the floor with the other half of its body. Actually, I'm going to say, as it gets closer, instead of just... since it can't attack you with its normal thing, it's going to move there, and it's going to basically go into... Can't do that because it's not got an arm. It will just immediately just start pulling these obsidian shards out of its chest, and just with its last remaining arm, as it stumbles towards you, just throw them in your direction, Yorick. Katrina, you do have an attack of opportunity if...
I'll take it.
Kill it.
1d4 minus 1. Okay. Why has that not gave me the thing? You take 3 points of piercing damage as one of these small obsidian shards just slams into your side, Yorick, and then it will continue its waddle towards you to get up close.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as well? Is
It doesn't pass you. It's just out.
It didn't go up the stairs.
No, it staggered past in a straight line.
Free.
In fact, roll me a dexterity check. Just a standard dexterity ability check, Grom. Go on then. I'll let you have one. With a 19.
Oh yeah, I've got Warcaster now.
Oh.
Oh, you're lucky.
Next time, maybe. The other one, though, that is currently in front of Katrina is going to go in on her with its crystalline claws. So it'll swing in, Katrina. And you just dip down. Miss. Eggle, you're up.
Well then, these are dwarves. So they are resistant to poison.
Yeah, they were dwarves. They're more now, more stone-like. So even, yeah, definitely, the poison thing is probably not the way to go.
And Eggle is also in a bad way. So hearing this roaring coming from ahead and behind, Eggle is going to use...
Yeah, huh?
Get into his bag and gets the swirling green mixture out and pops the top on it and just shotguns it as fast as he possibly can.
I love it. All right.
And seeing Katrina was over here. That's where Eggle is looking. He's just going to control the point. I can. Weird. Okay. Yeah. So he's just going to charge over. And
Okay. This big, brutish-looking thing just strides up alongside you, Katrina, and with a big meaty fist.
Good try.
It's the best descriptor of an attack ever.
You strike it.
And damages.
And is that bludgeoning damage by any chance?
It is.
It's super effective. As you punch into it, Eggle, you hear what sounds like the shattering of glass or of obsidian as part of the chest cavity just seems to crumble with the force. Double damage to bludgeon him.
Right.
Anything
And
further?
that is the end of Eggle's turn.
Okay. Group in the room immediately begins to jump out towards Thea. 25, 30 feet, we'll get it to there. On knuckles and knees, this thing just seems to skitter out of the room towards you, Thea, this mutated dwarf, and you would see a crystalline claw sweep towards you. and you easily just duck out of the way. They're not quick by any means, but the claws do seem relatively sharp, but it's not a problem. What the problem is, though, is that there are at least 3 in this room. That would only be able to get to there. As another one comes out, and then last but not least, that would be back there, so you just hear more noise. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. End of the turn. Grom, on to you.
Okay, so Trina and Angle have got that little chappy at the bottom there sorted.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one right in front of me, and kind of took that personally.
Yeah. Ah. Just can't seem to get the accuracy. The shot hits one of the blackened obsidian carapace and is absorbed by it.
Well, shit.
I love to see it, but at the same time, I also hate to see it.
Alright, well, that's going to be me for the turn.
Alright. Do you want rune in initiative, or?
No.
No? Okay.
I ain't got anything for...
Rune at the minute.
I don't think Rune would help much in this fight.
Okay. This other crazy dwarf is going to move up towards Thea and bring a claw down on her. Oh, it does. As you're dodging the first claw, Thea, the second claw comes in? Question mark?
I'm gonna counterattack.
Okay.
I can use my reaction to add my proficiency bonus to my AC.
Absolutely. Your proficiency bonus is
1d4.
No, I think it's 1d. Let me double check quick. Yeah, 1d4. So you need 2 or more on a 1d4 to parry the attack. That bumps your AC against this to 19. And you easily just parry the incoming claw.
All right, and then I get to make a counterattack
You do
against
indeed.
it.
Nice.
So she is going to. So I think I've got that one targeted, the one that came up. So she's going to pull out that solid compacted glass ball that Eggle gave her.
Okay.
And is going to smash it in the face.
Yep. I think that counts as bludgeoning damage, getting hit in the face by a compacted glass ball. Smash. Roll damage. 7. All right. Does it shatter?
Yes, it is going to shatter.
So that's
Let me pull
14
that.
damage from the initial smack. Because it's bludgeoning, you're hitting it with something straight. And plus another 6 damage. As this compacted glass ball just shatters. You see half of the dwarf's face just break and splinter apart to the point where its face almost looks like a piece of rock that you've just hit with a pickaxe. Just smashes out. There is still some fleshy bits to it, but the vast majority of its face is just stone gem-like at the minute. 20 damage. Result. Not bad for a counter. Okay, that's it. So we then go to Katrina.
So Katrina is thinking, Eggle's probably got this. So she is going to let me know what it would take to do this. What she wants to do is pick up Yorick's axe and bring
Okay.
it over to him.
I mean, picking up the thing is free. You can. I'll let you do that as a free action. If you wish to pass it to him, you can, or if you wish to use a bonus action or an action to throw it to him, it's entirely your choice.
No, I'm not going to risk that because I'll crit fail and it'll like cleave into his head or something.
Okay.
So she's just gonna. Can I disengage?
You can disengage as a because you're a monk as a bonus action, I believe.
Only with key points. Step the wind.
Oh, I don't have any key points left. Okay, so I will risk an attack of opportunity from this
Or-
almost dead.
You can spend your action to disengage.
Oh, okay, so she'll pick up the axe and
Yep.
then disengage and move up
Yep. You've got enough space to
Here.
get there.
and here and hold the axe out to Yorick.
All right.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, so Yorick, you would hear the sound of snapping wood from earlier, and round the corner would be another one of the withered lantern folk, as it's just arms flailing, makes its way towards you. Thea, you're up.
Well, she's already mad at that one guy, so she's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna pull out another one of those compacted glass balls. Just try to go to town.
Yeah, I mean, if it works. If it worked. This time, as you quickly snatch another one from your pouch, swing out towards it, where this withered lantern folk was before, he's not there now, so you just quickly swing out automatically and scoot over the head as this thing's already kind of half falling, half trying to grasp at your side. Any bonus actions?
No, she's not gonna use it right now.
Okay. Yorick.
Well, I feel a tap on my back from Katrina with my axe, and I'm like, what? And I swing and fucking gonna try and take out this withered with the sword.
Okay. Oh, it does it! I don't think any, even with unless you roll 1 damage. Yeah, 11 doubled because it's bludgeoning, because your sword's blunt. Is what happens to it.
I spin round and with the flat of the blade, fucking pan slap it into the fucking wall. And then go to Katrina. Oh, my axe. Thanks. And he just hooks it on, takes it and hooks it onto his back.
So you didn't need that. Okay.
No, sword.
Thought I was helping, but it's okay. I am here to stand by your side, Yorick, and face the dangers together.
Okay.
Any movement, Yorick? Anything further?
Actually, that's two goal points because I killed something.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, I can't reach it. Because I took in my character sheet for this.
Yeah.
Great Weapon Master.
Yeah.
As a hold on. Yeah. Immediately after you score a critical hit or kill, reduce creature down to 0 hit points. You can make 1 attack with the same weapon as a bonus action. So bonus action.
Yeah.
Sword.
Bonus action sword. So, having grabbed his axe over his shoulder, big giant beam of metal in hand, you charge forward and
I sawed the fuck out of him.
sword the fuck out of it. Roll damage.
It's +2 +1d. We're gonna have to find a way to put Great Weapon Master damage in this roll because that's gonna get annoying.
Does it? Is that just? Do you get it as flat now, regardless?
Yeah. It's an extra amount of proficiency. Yeah. When you hit a creature with a weapon that has the heavy property as part of attack action on your turn, you can cause a weapon to deal extra damage.
So what you can do you can do this yourself, and I'll just quickly take a moment. Once it's not your turn, go into your inventory, click on the 3 dots next to your weapons, go to edit, and then you can add the +2 as a bonus on there. So it'll include it on the damage. But we'll do that in a moment.
Extra. Yeah. Okay.
So
15.
15, with it being
15.
bludgeoning, doubles to 30. You just cleave into the side of this thing, Yorick, and immediately the sound of breaking stone echoes around the chamber as you almost carve it in half.
And because I'm raging, I'm going to scream out a challenge. And because this cave travels really well, it's going to just echo.
Okay. Okay. Go on, Thea. Need you to click the button.
I think she's.
Oh, she got it. She's back. You would all hear Yorick bellow out this challenge that seems to echo through the chamber. The scream from these dwarves was relatively loud enough for those nearby to hear, but Yorick's bellow seems to encompass all of Lantern Deep. Considering how quiet it is, it doesn't take long for you to start hearing other high-pitched screams. To the point where even some of the dwarves that are looking at the light slowly just start to turn away from the light in your direction.
It's my bad, guys.
Anything further, Yorick, or is that you done?
No, that's me done.
Okay. The withered lantern folk near Eggle is going to swing in towards him. I'm going to give them disadvantage because they are near death and mostly shattered. So weakly it will lash out towards you, Eggle, and you just feel these hands just weakly slap against your side. It can't even pierce through your flesh at this point as it's slowly starting to shatter and break apart. What do you do in response? Over to you.
Beginning of the turn, regeneration kicks in,
Oh, nice.
and then he's going to punch it in the face. Yes, that's the goal anyways. Let's see. You know how things have been going this evening.
I mean, so far in big meaty fist mode, you've certainly fisted, and it is fisted. BMF.
Gonna get fisted, all right.
You fist the fuck out of it. What happens?
It just gets crumpled into the corner by this enormous green fist, almost a Hulk-like efficiency. It just falls in the corner, and Eggle is going to he's going to get right up on this rock right next to this thing.
Uh-huh.
And he's really rather limited in what he can do in this form, so that's the end of his action.
Okay. In that case, then, this lantern folk is going to slash out towards Thea. Come on. Give me a good roll. Let's go! Does Thea take it?
So it's not a new round, so she couldn't use that
No, it is.
counterattack.
It's been your
Oh, it
turn.
is a new round?
Yeah, it's been your turn.
Okay. All right. Well, of course she's going to try to fight that.
Yeah, once it gets to your turn, your reactions refresh. So you've now got your reaction until it gets back to your turn again. All right. You need.
Do it 1d4.
I don't think you can't fail with this. Even on a 1, it will bump you to 17, which is the number. So it just happens. You block it, giving you the counterattack.
All right. Let's try to bash this face in. If I can. Please, no.
Valiant effort, but you're distracted by this hulking green form of Eggle hoisting himself on the rock next to you. Big meaty fists in the air. He's about to pound this other one. Okay, next up would be the one behind it, which is going to leap in to Eggle here. And with the crystalline claws, swing towards Eggle. Oh yeah. You are hit for 5 points of slashing damage as the claws rake across your arm, Eggle.
Excellent.
Then, at the far end, another... Yeah, it can go there. Yeah. Yorick, you, from behind the nearly dead form of one of the withered dwarves, another one rounds the corner. Claws at the ready as they slash out towards you. And misses. 10, 25, 30. You hear footsteps around the corner from you, Yorick. Like there's a third. With that, we go back to you, Grom.
Quick question before
Yep.
we go on. These things, they're still wearing the clothes they originally had on, and
Correct.
Marvelous. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do nothing.
Okay.
Rungor, however, is going to fly here.
Yeah.
He's going to go. He's going to find the right button.
Oh.
I do this, not so much for the damage, but for the light.
Okay. I like it. I like where your mind is.
Mm-hmm.
These things aren't the quickest. They've got -1 to their dexterity. So we'll go for the first one at the top. Who fails. The other one below, who's hit by it, passes. That's the one that was probably ducking down as Thea tried to strike it. But this one is definitely hit. Roll damage. 8.
I'll take it.
So it's 8 for that one. Oh, I've applied it to the wrong thing there. So 8 on that one, and then half of the other one. Okay. Immediately, though, light illuminates the room. And let's do something cool. the flames, in fact, both of them at this point, because you still caught them both, the clothes of these two withered immediately goes up. And both of them go rigid. Looking, you Thea, Grom, Eggle, you would see both of them just stop for a moment, look down at their glowing bodies. Their hands would shake, would quiver as they just start to try and grasp the fire. Not in a panicked way, almost as if a baby looking for a teat or for a bottle, like just trying to grab hold of the light, which, in effect, I want to find the thing I'm looking for. Stuns them. Any movement, Grom? Anything further?
I'm going to move Rungor back out of range. Also, quick question: how to regenerate his flame breath?
At the start of his turn, can you see the button that says recharge on Rungor's character sheet, like a little arrow, circular arrow thing?
Reach.
So where it's on Rungor's sheet.
Oh yes.
Yep.
I see it.
At the start of his turn, or your turn, you click that.
Yep.
It'll roll a d6, and on a 5 or a 6, it's recharged.
Kushti, thank you.
Excellent. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, they're on fire. Their clothes are burning. They are stunned. They seem to just lock up and freeze.
What about this one?
Well, that one wasn't caught in the fire, so...
I know, but the light. Would the light affect it in any way, shape or form?
We have to wait until it's turn to see what happens.
Fair, okay.
Alright, is that you done, Grom?
Yeah, I'm tapped out now.
Cool. So, the withered in front of Thea and Eggle, this one, stunned. Normally, at the end of its turn, it would try and shake it off, but it's on fire. It's got light around it. It remains stunned. Katrina, over to you.
Well, Katrina's feeling particularly useless at the moment, so she's gonna kind of do a 360 turnaround, be like, okay, where should I put whatever I can do? And she turns around and sees the 3 back here. So she is going to fire an arrow at one of the ones that's on fire.
Okay. You get advantage because they are just stood immobile, slowly just trying to grab the fire that's burning away at their clothes.
Okay. How do I turn my character around again?
Click on it, put the arrow in the direction you want to face, and then just tap R. So, if you click on your character, move your cursor, let's say, over there, and then press R, that should... You don't have to click and drag, just click on it once, tap R, and then you can...
Oh, okay. That was a trip. Short bow. Here we go.
Send it. 16. You have advantage, remember, because they are stunned. Do you want to try for that crit? 22. Either or, both. It hits.
Close. Oh.
For 5 piercing damage. The arrow just sticks in. With it being made of wood, though, that too slowly starts to smoulder, catch fire, meaning the hands will just start reaching towards the fire of this arrow as well, extending the burning duration.
Okay. I am... Let's see. Katrina will attempt to catch up here with Yorick now, just in case.
Nice.
But she's still within range for back there.
Absolutely.
So, yep. That's what she's doing.
Okay. With that then, nearly dead, withered in front of Yorick is going to try and slice at him with its claws. It's near death, so disadvantage. That's a crit fail.
That's unfortunate.
Katrina, you've got a 10-foot reach. I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity as well, if you so wish, as well as Yorick.
Do we have advantage on this?
No, not against these ones. This is just a normal.
Okay.
It because it's near death. It's just got a disadvantage on its attack because it's slowed down. It's starting to shatter and break. Katrina, yeah, you stab through. For 8, Yorick, what are you going to go on that one? Why not?
Oh, which one should I have attacked?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's a fucking good roll.
That'd be 32 points of bludgeoning damage as you... what happens to that one, Yorick?
I overhead chop it, but instead of it being a sharp blade, it just like it cracks in half like a piece of obsidian.
Yeah.
And then as the blade follows through, it just shatters everywhere. So there's bits of obsidian dwarf everywhere.
Oops, wrong one.
That's a goal point because I killed something.
Excellent. Thea, you are up.
She's gonna target the one in front of her.
Okay.
And since it's still stunned.
It's a crit.
That's a crit.
With her glass ball.
Because you've got fucking loads of them.
I do.
You start off with like 6, I
She
believe.
keeps them in her hand. She's not throwing them. And she's missed a couple of times, so they've just kind of... Here we
go. Well, you don't even need to roll shatter on that one. What happens to it?
She just kind of like, when she goes to like push it into its face, it kind of like, it takes it up against that stone wall, and it just kind of just shatters its head up against the stone wall.
Awesome. Yeah, it drops to the ground, unmoving, its head caved in. Any movement? Any other actions?
You know, she is going to... she's going to stay right here. I know that that's still stunned, but there's 2 individuals around Eggle, and she wants to stay and help. Would that still be on fire, though?
Yeah.
After I killed it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll leave a little fire thing on. So yeah, it's still... The arrow that's stuck in it's burning away. The rest of the clothes is also still on fire, so yes. All right. Yorick.
Is it me?
It is.
It's a little old Yorick. There's no shape back here.
There is.
Sword!
Sword hits. Like a baseball bat. What happens to it?
This one gets its legs at the knees just whoo, taken out from underneath it, and it finds itself upside down, and then falls to the floor, and its head shatters.
Awesome. I'll move that
And
one
then he's
aside
gonna
because that's dead.
You charge forward, and then I use Blood Rush to make another attack at this little bastard.
Yeah. 17 will do the job. For
12
24. Nice. All right. Yeah, once again, as you first one you clear out, knock back, you round the corner, see the other one with a backswing, smash, shattering its upper torso in the chest. Anything further?
No, I'm good.
All right. Eggle, over to you.
All right. Well, we got the burning one ahead of him. Time to capitalize on it being distracted.
Don't forget that regeneration.
Yep. I ticked it off already.
Nice.
The one that's on fire, Eggle's just gonna punch it because it's wounded. He wants to finish that one off so they can move on to the next one. Advantage.
Yeah, because it's stunned.
Stunned. Glorious. Glorious day.
Violence!
46 bludgeoning damage. What happens to it?
Well, Eggle reels back and hits this thing so freaking hard that it flies past Thea and just lands over somewhere near the crumpled corpse of the other one.
As its head impacts into the dirt at the far end, its whole front body just seems to crack and shatter in a cloud of shards and dust. A few mix of organic matter tossed in there for good measure, but yeah, it just crumples. Anything further?
Excellent. I don't believe I have anything else I can do right now. So that's Eggle done.
All right. In that case, then, this one is going to go in first. In fact, before it does that, actually, hold on, let me get rid of that. Perception, charisma, it doesn't have anything, so it's just a straight charisma check. Which it crit succeeds. Now, for me, a crit success, yeah, if it failed, it'd be drawn to the fire. Crit succeed, it just seems to be hyper focused on you for some reason, Eggle, to the point where nothing else around it seems to matter. Maybe because it's not on fire.
Right.
But so yeah, it's just gonna swing in with you with the claws, which do nothing. Over on Yorick's side, though, this one is going to swing in towards you, Yorick.
Oh yeah,
with the same.
Do it.
The claw swipe comes in, and again, nothing. To be honest with you, I think we can probably just play this last round out, rather than drag it on, because there's not really much that these two on their own can do. And there is a bigger threat looming on the horizon, which at this point would be the sound of footsteps starting to echo from above. Yorick's challenge has been heard by the inhabitants of Lantern Deep, and judging by these individuals here, maybe it's those who aren't caught up in the various lights that are on their way. We'll see. Grom, you're up.
Wide-eye.
Well, that's that problem dealt with. Gonna move up here so I don't shoot out Eggle in the back.
Oh, mate. The dice gods hate you. Ah.
That's my turn.
No Dragonfire. No Eldritch Blast. Fuck Foundry. Oh, man. Katrina, over to you.
Katrina's looking around to see, like, what do we still need to deal with here?
Literally just one around the corner is the immediate
And
threat.
this guy, this one back here near Eggle?
Correct. Those are the only two that seem to be left standing.
Alright, well, she's gonna turn around again. Pull out her short bow. See if she can't help dispatch this one.
All right.
Nope. So she's like, oh, there's still hope. She's gonna... She missed, but she's gonna run back. A full 40 feet. And her next turn, she's gonna pick up Siba and keep carrying her out.
Okay. Thea.
That glass orb that she has in her hand, she's gonna throw it
All right. Yeah.
at that one beside Eggle. And get that too.
Your aim is true. The compacted glass orb sails through the air the short distance, smashing into the side. For 16 damage. Does it shatter?
Yes, let's just go ahead and do that.
For an extra 2.
We'll take it. I don't know if you'll let me do this as a bonus action or not, or maybe I just do it on the next round. But she wants to take that guy that's on fire beside her and take her axe. She doesn't want to touch anything.
Apart from its flesh.
Yeah, she just wants to like hack off maybe an appendage or something so that she can take her pitchfork and kind of make like a makeshift torch out of it.
I mean, you can do it. After this round ends, I'm going to basically let you finish these off rather than just drag out a combat with 2 NPCs.
Okay.
But the burning cloth, it won't burn for that long. You know, bear in mind this has only been, what are we on, round 4? So that's 24 seconds of fighting. So it won't burn for that long. It'll only burn for another minute or so before the clothing disintegrates. So if you want to do that, you can at the end. It's up to you.
But it won't last for long.
It won't last for long. No, there's not much left there to burn.
All right.
Yorick.
She won't.
It's me again.
It is. Let me guess.
Sword!
No! No
No
sword! In that case, Flensing Frenzy. Dexterity saving throw. Shit. Yeah, all of a sudden it just seems to leap towards you, claws outstretched, and you just step to the side as this frenzied dwarf just lands in a crumpled heap next to you for a moment before just skittering round and hissing. Bugger. Oh. No, okay. No. That's fine. That's all it does. Eggle, you're up.
Eggle's gonna try to punch this guy in the face. Because that's what Eggle does.
And Eggle did.
Demotions. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What happens? How do you finish this one?
Well, he's already elevated, so what he does is he just brings his arm back and a back fist and just shatters him over the stones on the side. He just falls over onto it. Just there's crunching and cracking, and he just slumps there.
Anything further you wish to do?
Eggle's gonna briefly look around to make sure there's none like coming from this direction.
No, there is footsteps in that direction, but nothing that you can see that's an immediate danger.
He's just going to be looking that way for a moment, just kind of looking at the scene here. So that's how he'll spend the rest of his action.
Okay. End of the turn, we go to the last Withered, who's going to try and just do something to Yorick before we finish it off. So yeah. Last roll. Claws sweep up from the ground towards you, Yorick. And miss. With its arm up in the air as it tries to sweep upwards at you, Yorick, how do you finish this thing off?
I grab it by the arm and then pull it forward onto the greatsword. I'm just like, just rest.
With that, the stone-like or gem-like core of this dwarf begins to fall and break away as it slumps to the ground. You all take a brief moment, a breather. Katrina's currently in the process of hoisting the delirious, half-unconscious, half-dead Sibba onto her side. And just ahead of you all lies the forges and the council chamber. My guess is that's where we're off to.
It is, yeah.
The dwarves that turned around to look at Yorick earlier when he called out have had their attention back towards the moths and flames. But you do hear what started out as a lot of footsteps just seems to be petering out a little bit, giving you the impression that as some of these withered dwarves are making their way towards you, you did notice a few lanterns and moths on the way, so they are probably getting caught up by some of these distractions on their way to you. Granted, though, there no doubt will be some still making their way. Some may slip past the diversions. What are you all doing?
I think we're going to split off and do our 2 tasks.
Excellent. The 2 tasks being one to prep the forge and the other to rescue the elder. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
I guess.
Cool. Who's doing what? Talk me through it.
Yorick and I are going to the forges.
Mm-hmm.
I will stoke the fire and work the bellows while...
Gore gives it the good puff puff.
Katrina is going to head towards the elders with Sibba.
Yep.
Also, she's
And-
going to fumble around in Sibba's pockets to see if Sibba had any healing potions.
Ooh. Ooh. What does she have? She won't have any potions. Not on her. She would have an iron dagger. Along with the... What was it that she had? Let me double check. As well as the iron battle axe that was no doubt slung over her shoulder. A few rags, small pouch full of little gemstones. Not like you've seen in the chamber, but just odds and ends, little memoria. Each, as you quickly glance over them, each of these small gemstones has a picture or a small inscription on it. Give you the impression that these are more just for her keepsakes, little memories that remind her, so that should the Withering ever try and take a memory, she has something to look at and remember them, keep them safe. But yeah, as for like healing potions, Lantern Deep doesn't have an apothecary like Eggle. So there isn't any magical infusions on her person. But, yeah, well, I'll come to that in a moment. So that's what you're, heading towards the council chamber, checking Sibber over. She's stable. She's out of the worst of it.
So Katrina would have any weapons that were on her person. She would have given those to York to carry because she didn't want to get stabbed while holding her. And Yorick loves weapons, so...
Yorick does, in fact, love weapons.
Yep. So she's going to keep carrying her as we head to the chamber.
All right.
Wherever that is.
In that case, bear with me. Let me throw in an iron battle axe to Yorick. And an iron dagger. There we go. Okay. Thea, Eggle, what are you two up to?
Thea would probably see Katrina rumbling through those memory stones or whatnot, and she figured she would take one of those, so whenever they get to the what do you call that? The chamber, that if she needed to kind of convince or, so I don't know, use it as some kind of talking thing to her father. But she's going to be leading the way to make sure that nothing is coming out and kind of catching Katrina off guard while carrying Sibba.
Absolutely.
If Thea tries to take anything out of Sibba's pockets after Katrina tidies them back up, she will slap Thea's hand away.
Katrina, we don't have time for this.
Then why'd you try to take some? Come on, let's go.
Might need them later. Fine. If I need them later, I'll get them.
Having Sibba with us is proof that, we're the good guys.
Okay, whatever. Let's go. We don't have time for this. Don't try to save anybody. Don't try to go off and create something. We don't have time. We don't have time.
I'm moving. Are you moving?
I'm moving. Let's go. Eggle, hurry.
Immediately after the fight, Eggle is still large for a while, so he's just looking at this, and he's heading the same direction that, it looks like he wants to go in the direction that they were supposed to go in, and he's just waiting for all this to transpire so that he can go in. And he just looks extremely annoyed, like, come on, let's go, we're losing time.
How long does your transmogrifying elixir last for, Eggle? And is it just until you cancel it, or?
It goes for 1 minute, so 10 rounds.
10 rounds. So you have 16 rounds. No, sorry. 6 rounds worth of healing to add on top of Your HP, so
I
make
just
sure you add
applied
that.
it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. So, Yorick, Grom, and Rune head towards the main forges. Here you would see all of the dwarven smiths just gathered around lanterns. There would be one or two of the smaller forges that have lit that seem to captivate some of the smiths. And in spite of you making noise, grabbing coal, wood, and other burnable material, it just doesn't seem to disturb them. 5-10 minutes go by as you stock up the fires, begin to light it. Rune sat there, belching flame in. Taking a moment, you listen. There doesn't seem to be any other pursuers at this moment in time. And again, by the end of this 10 minutes or so, you have this roaring fire going in one of the forges.
Good team.
Good team.
Are you doing anything else
Once
with
it's
that?
roaring, yeah, we're gonna load up. Is there like a huge crucible? Like,
Absolutely, yeah, there'd be several. Just with a quick glance around, you'd see probably 3 crucibles, each one, I would say 4 or 5 feet in diameter. They're large. Not enormous. They're still manageable for a couple of dwarves to pull on chains or ropes to turn it, but yeah, they're considerable size.
Perfect. So we'll put as much metal in those as we can.
yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't take long.
Yeah, so-
You stock it up.
So yeah, we'll just get all these crucibles in position, and just I'll drag over some extra bellows and lash them on. So I've got loads of bellows attached to this one pole, and I'm got held the lever on this pole to make the biggest, hottest fire I can.
Go on, roll me an athletics check. Or endurance. I think that's a bit more of an endurance thing, would you say?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It's difficult trying to pump a multitude of bellows on 3 different crucibles, and whilst you are fit and able, you are going ham.
I'm gonna look at Grom and be like, "Stop pretending to be an old man and help me."
So I take one.
10. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll say you managed to pull it off. I'm like, exhaustion maybe, but no, I'll let it slide.
I mean, I'll take a level of exhaustion for that.
Are you sure? All right.
Yeah. If you make the fire bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it. I will say that if you're happy to take a level of exhaustion, you just go to town pumping these bellows to the point where the metal, instead of it just slowly starting to heat up, you see it immediately start to liquefy, glow orange, and in the space of minutes, these crucibles are at full, maximum temperature.
All right, now we just need to lower them all down here.
Meanwhile, whilst this is going on, Eggle, Thea, Katrina, you have made your way past several groups of zoned out dwarves back to the chambers of the council. Glancing around, you see nothing out of the ordinary. You step through the doors into the central chamber. 4 chairs stood proudly, 1 not so much, due to the fact it's probably just a few struts of wood left. And you make your way over to the chamber door where you left Jurek.
All right. Well, if he's not all together, I think we should just close it back up and go.
I agree.
Yep.
So Eggel's going to try to crack the door open so they can all peek in and see if the dwarf is in there and if he's not buggy.
You crack the door, peer in, and you see sat cross-legged on the floor, drowsy but coherent, Durik. And he slowly lifts his head up, groggily, looks in your direction, blinks a few times. Not... Both eyes don't blink at the same time. It's... one closes, followed by the other, as he tries to focus on the door, and just hear the... Who the fuck are you?
So Eggel's going to open the door the rest of the way so he can kind of see everything else that's going on.
The room's bare, apart from exactly the same way as you left it. The only difference being that Durik seems to be all in one piece. Clammy, sweaty, drained, certainly dazed, but none of the infection or the crystallization of the skin that you've seen on some of the other dwarves is noticeable on him.
You hear Thea. Is he good? Get him out. Let's go.
So Katrina is gonna walk up to him, still carrying Bruna, and say, I need you to listen to me very carefully. The visitor, Javira, do you remember her?
I can't say that I do. And
Well,
who are you? Why am I in here?
we're from the Hollow. We came to check in on you guys because there was an issue, and we found that you've been attacked. The entire colony is lost except for you and Siba, and you need to come with us now so we can get you out safely.
Sad that we don't have enough time. Let's go.
We can explain the rest of it to you after we're out of here and safe, but you are one of the strong few who survived a direct attack from this woman.
Weakly, he tries to get to his feet, but his feet give out, collapsing to the floor. You get the impression he doesn't really understand exactly what you've said to him, but the days that he's in is enough for him to basically follow your commands.
She was
I'll say-
kind of playing on his pride too, like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not. Due to the fact that you've nailed it, well, I'm not even going to ask for a roll. That just makes sense. It's logical. And in the state he's in, weakened, confused, with no one else telling him what to do, he gets to his feet, looks at you through bleary eyes, Katrina, looks at Siba, and there is a brief flicker of recognition on his face. That's my daughter, hey?
Yes, and she helped. She's a hero. She helped save us from further disaster. But come on, we gotta go. And she grabs his hand with the hand that's not holding Siba.
Thea rushes in and kind of scoops him up and so that Katrina can focus on Siba, and she's like, Yep, she's a hero. Let's go. Just kind of grabs him and starts just kind of pushing him out the door, like kind of bracing him.
All right. You two doing that. Eggle, what are you up to at the moment, having pushed open the door? Bear in mind that it seems Lantern Deep's about to fall and you are in the council chambers.
Yes. Well, Eggle is going to try to keep a little bit of distance ahead of the others, so that he can spot anything that might be ahead before we get there with the people who are unable to move themselves. Second point, Eggle can't help himself if he sees anything shiny, like something that looks like it's not part of an ancient treasure hoard, but like something significant. He might grab it as a memento, and then he's going to keep on scuttling.
This being the council chambers, there are various odds and ends scattered around the sides of the room. Imagine either like cabinets or pedestals that have ancient either tomes or tools that have been passed down through the generations here. Things like pickaxes. Granted, they look battered and bruised, but for a tool to last this long is probably means something. So yeah, there are various odds and ends here. So anything that you can think of that you think may be here that you may want, let me know.
All right.
Yeah, there's only 4 chairs, not 5.
Okay. So if there are these tools, like they're probably blacksmithing tools, but if like lighter things, like a pair of like tongs, depending on how heavy a pick is, he might grab a pick.
Yeah.
And if there's a hammer,
there would be a hammer, definitely.
If there's a hammer and a chisel, he'll try to grab that. Because he's kind of thinking if they make it all the way back to Hollow Rest, they're not going to be able to come here to resupply on tools very easily. So he wants to kind of future-proof a little bit, like if Varn needs like another blacksmithing hammer or something like that.
There's no chisel. There may be a good reason for that, but who knows. But there is indeed a hammer on a pedestal, a small blacksmithing hammer, along with what appears to be an old mining pick. Metal shaft, metal head, completely an unusual. It's scratched, dented, tarnished, but still all in one piece. Which
that'll do.
Would give flashbacks to a certain tool that Varn has quite reverence towards, that only is brought out for special occasions. Very similar in design. But yeah, you take the pick and the smithing hammer. Follow the group out back into the main open blacksmithing chambers that lie just beyond the council hall. And it's here where you would see the forges burning hot, crucibles now full of molten metal. Grom sat to one side, a slight bead on his brow of sweat, and then Yorick just pounding these bellows like no tomorrow.
From sat on an anvil.
Fanning himself.
Yeah.
But Sibba is stable. She's still occasionally slipping in and out of consciousness. She's not received any healing, but for the moment, there's not really much else you can do. As for Jurek, he too is following along. In fact, he's not even following along. Thea is carrying him out. And it's at this moment where, as you all reconvene, we'll call end of the session.
Oh shit, that flew by.
Give you time to think on how we get out of Lantern Deep as the horde slowly starts to descend.
Wonderful.
Any closing questions, comments, theories, ideas?
Goodbye, chat.
Yeah, goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat.
I guess Jump is AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I said bye.
Oh, all right. Well, see you next time for Cradle of Ruin.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I'm going to flick over to that end screen. I'm going to mute you guys up. And, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for episode 8 of Cradle of Ruin. Just constant chaos. When you think the players can't fuck it up anymore, they do. Ah, yes, let's blow the whole thing apart. Ah, let's shout out in the quiet minds and alert everyone. I love it. That said, we have episode 5 of the Black Vault on Saturday, followed by episode 9 of Cradle of Ruin next Sunday. Thanks again, everyone, for joining. Hope everyone found it as entertaining as we did. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and the week to come. See, the minecart idea, I did think about it, but then everyone kind of went crazy mode. So who knows? They've got to escape somehow. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. Let's put some different music on to close us out, and I will try and find someone to raid. So, folks, ta-ta. Ta-ta for now.